Gabby, tell me about Ronaldo. Talk to me about Ronaldo.
Honestly, mate,
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
I've got Man United fans in my WhatsApp group, and honestly, they were like, "What are the odds for Ronaldo to score the winner in the last 10 minutes?" And my mate actually left the chat when Ronaldo scored. He was like, I told you all, he's going to do it."
Man.
But it's, whenever they need a goal, he's there, isn't he? But how many times are they going to need him to get him out of jail, Ali? Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Someone else step up. Like, why does it have to always be him that's to come up with like a world-class finish?
It's incredible, though. But I take your point, absolutely. But at the same time, he just seems to keep on doing it.
Yeah.
It's remarkable, Gab. It really is. I mean, and the quality and level of the finishing as well is fantastic. It really is.
As well, like probably a lot of people need to apologise really about the way they spoke about Ronaldo. That he's going to be the problem with Manchester United, but he's the one saving them.
Yeah,
he's not the problem. He's the one that's getting them results, keeping them in the Champions League, and keeping them in the race for the top 4.
Well, we spoke about this actually earlier on. The way that, like you say, a couple of weeks ago he was a problem, and now today he's the solution. What about the players around him, Gabby? Who's not pulling their weight at Manchester United?
For me, yesterday watching the game, I mean, if you look at the second goal, Ali, honestly, mate, I would have loved to have played against Bailly and Maguire at the back.
The gap between them.
I couldn't believe it, mate. How can you ball watch when someone's got time on the ball?
Yep.
Surely as a defender, you've got to be looking, look at that spacing behind me. It's so easy, isn't it, to get in behind Manchester United. It's so easy to play against them defensively, especially when they went to the back 4 with the injury to Varane. It looked like so easy to play against them. If I'm Manchester City, wow. If I'm Pep, I'm saying Sterling, Jesus, Foden, Grealish runs in behind because they're not going to be able to defend against it.
They can't play like that against City. They cannot do that, mate. They're going to have to change it. They'll have to change it. We saw what Liverpool did to them. They got ripped apart. They tried to the level of defending, and it was interesting to hear Paul Scholes again last night. And he speaks well. He was delighted, obviously, with the equalising goal for United, but there is concern for the weekend. They cannot go about it the same way as they did against Liverpool.
When you was playing, Ali, like, we used to come in at half-time sometimes. I remember Fabian Delph used to shout at the keeper in defence, clean sheet wins us the game. You win, you 1 or 2-0. Clean sheet wins us the game. What? If I'm Ronaldo, I'm in the change room saying, like, any chance, Harry? Any chance, lads, of a clean sheet? Any danger? Because sometimes can't just go 1-on-1 with your striker and just stop them scoring. The defending, honestly, they look like conceding every time they play, don't they? And if there was better finishing yesterday, Atalanta could have scored 4-5.
What do you think of David De Gea for the first goal?
He's got that in him, hasn't he? A little blonde. Look cold there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Looked like a cold night, didn't it, Laura? Like, I don't fancy that. Like, straight through
Not
into
tonight.
the back of the net. But he's been outstanding, hasn't he? And he's due an error, to be fair. He's got one in him.
But I think you're right, Gab. I think from United's point of view, you're always struggling. If you think, look, we're going to have to score 2 or 3 goals to win this game. That ain't going to happen all the time.
Exactly.
And I just look, and we were talking about it yesterday, Gab, Laura. It's interesting because Maguire, Shaw was better last night, but he's been having a struggle. But even we're talking about England boys for the Euros, Kane, Sterling, Calvin Phillips, John Stones. There seems to be a recurring theme here where they're maybe having I don't know whether it's fatigue or whatever it may be.
Even Harry Maguire now, he's been in bad form, but I'd still put him as England's best centre half. I mean, who's going to take his place? There's
I don't disagree. I'm not.
I wouldn't argue with that. Ben White, he's been in good form, hasn't he?
No, I'm at this. I don't know. I really don't know. Maguire's form would be a concern. Ben White, it's a big shout.
It's a shame with Maguire though, because looks like a good lad, doesn't he, Maguire?
Yeah.
Looks like an honest lad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Done well in the Euros.
Yeah.
Tries his hardest, doesn't he? But sometimes, like, when you know that a defender's struggling, Ali, you're going to target him. Now, if I'm a team playing against Manchester United, I'm targeting that side, that left-hand side.
And it's funny, Gab, because looking at the two of them, you're absolutely right. There was times where the gap between them was too big. Varane's a big miss for him, because I think Varane would calm them down a little bit. But with Bailly and Maguire, the gap between them was too big.
But even the goal, Ali, the second goal, instead of trying to run back first, Maguire's first thought is, let me try and play offside.
He's got to come across.
But the ball's already been played. The ball's
been
played though, so you can't try and push up now. It's too late. It was like a comedy, and then because he done that, he cost himself a few yards to get back in time because he would have made the tackle.
I've got to be honest and tell you, I thought Baye made some great challenges and some great tackles. But do you know the flip side of the coin, Gabby? You know what I'm talking about here. He had to make them because of the initial poor defending.
Yeah.
You look at somebody. I remember always we used to talk to Graham Souness, for example, about Hansen, right? You'd never see Hansen go to ground. You'd never see him on his backside making tackles because he preempted the situation. He read the situation. He positioned himself to snuff out the danger before it happened or in the early stages of it happening. Now, Baye made some great challenges, but I'm just wondering how many of those challenges were made due to tactical errors beforehand.
But there was one big one, wasn't there, for Pogba? Right, Baye made that block. That was that all
correct.
Important block.
That was
really.
brilliant.
Yeah,
that was brilliant. But again, that's totally
United
backs
get
up.
themselves into
But that
trouble.
totally backs up my point, would you? Exactly.
That's why I said it.
And thank you very much for doing that.
I was like, I know the point he's trying to make. Here's some evidence to back it up.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's talk about the way they set up then, because Gabby, in terms of the team that went out there and the tactics and the formation that Ollie did, what did you think of that to start with?
At the start, I understand it. You know, if he went out and played 4 at the back again and they got battered, you know, he'd be getting hammered on this. I understand the 5, but even the 2 centre midfielders were fine. But it was like Rashford was to the left a bit, Fernandes was like to the right, and then he was going where he wants. It wasn't the same as the Spurs game. It wasn't 2 strikers staying up there. Rashford kept coming over to the left. But I think they've missed a trick, Laura, honestly, with Conte, because I feel like they've got the players there. They just need the right manager who can get them playing that formation. It looks like Ollie's the sort of manager that would be like, you know what, before the game, okay, we're going to play a 5-3-2, go out there, give it your all, and then play your game. Whereas when you watch Chelsea, they're so organised. They've got Jorginho giving out instructions on the pitch from the manager. When I look at Manchester United, it just looks like they've not done shape in training. They don't look like they know exactly what they're doing. It's like, all right, play 5 at the back. It worked last game. We'll keep playing that.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.